What is up, Motorfest racers? It is I, your wheelman, Alex Cornnut. We're here today with a banger. It is the fastest car in the Hypercar class. It is the noble M500. Now, it is not necessarily the best handling or the best acceleration, but it has the top end. It's got the longest legs, so I definitely want to bring that out to you. Let me show you what we got. Let me dig into it, and we will get this noble going. As we tab into the game, screen goes black for a second there. I'll show you first and foremost what's up with the customization and the visuals. No vanity options on this car, you guys. So no tires, no smoke, no craziness, no toppers, nothing. Kind of weird, but there's a lot of visual parts. So multiple different hoods, throw a wide body kit on there, all the different rims and mirrors and just everything else to choose from. So you can do a good visual customization on it, just can't slap any cool vanity items on it. So be aware of that when you're going in, you guys. Pro settings on this one. This is how we've got it tuned up for the grand race. It's also what I run on the test track. It's pretty good. Mind you, it's rear wheel drive, so it takes a little bit getting used to. It's not nearly as easy to drive as like the Central DC or the Revoluto because they're both all-wheel drive, but it still does get it done. And if you want to have the fastest car in the Hyperclass, you got to have it. So here we are. Final drive all the way long. That way you can get the most out of it. Grip is 100% both front and rear. The brakes, we're going to fade that to the back, so it's 54 rear, 46 front. Brake power 100% as we always do. For the aero, it's 100% both front and rear. And suspension, we're going to stiffen it up just a little bit, so it's +5 in the front, +3 in the rear. For the compression, we back it off a little bit. It's -5 in the front, -6 in the rear. For the rebound, we back it off as well. It's -5 in the front, -4 in the rear. And then for your ARB, it is +10, +10, and then your camber is -23 in the front and -25 full Beyonce in the rear. It sets this car up to do a couple of different things. It handles pretty well. It does turn in. Once it settles in the corner, it kind of compresses the suspension all the way, and once that's fully done, it'll turn and hook the most. I have found that I need to counter steer or steer the opposite direction to pull it out of a corner, but other than that, it's a little nuanced. It does just fine, and if you're in the draft or in the slipstream, this car will do about 310-ish with just nitro. I'll show you on the highway here in a little bit. I had Leo with me. I got 313 in the slip. On stream a couple of nights ago, I got 315 with Rhino in the same car, Rhino the Raccoon. Some of you guys may know him. Check him out. He's pretty fast. The car needs to have slipstream to achieve its very top speed. You need to be slipstreaming another car that goes as fast as it does, so you kind of need to be behind another Noble to get that. So I would say without another Noble in the mix, with regular slip, you can get 312, 313 pretty easy. And then if you want to get that full 315, you got to find a homie that's got the same car, and make sure both of your guys' cars have the 920 performance metric on there to get the most out of it. Outside of that, it's a banger. This car's a lot of fun. It's very fast. It looks really good. It sounds pretty good. Let me show you what it does on the test track, and then I'm going to show you a couple of clips of when I got it out on the highway so you can expect what it's going to do with some nitro. And then I'll be chasing this video up with the M600, the next Noble in line, so we can compare the two to see how good they are. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Ladies as well. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'm trying to hit 10K subs before the end of the year, and the likes get my video in front of other people. So just by you interacting with the video, dropping a comment, subscribing, liking, doing all the things, that really helps me as a YouTube creator, and it gets other people in the mix with us, and I would really appreciate that. Have a great rest of your day. Stay tuned for what we do out there on the test track. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Here we are on the test track, creating a legend. It's the first race in the Legend playlist. And as I always do, we run it with no nitrous. ESP is off, traction controls on comfort, and ABS is on for sure. Now, what we know about this car is bonkers top speed. 315. Crazy. That's MPH, not kilometers. So you guys can know for sure this thing's a banger. That corner was kind of scuffed. That actually cost us some time with the AIs, but we're going to try to make it go anyway. This car being rear-wheel drive only, it does have some caveats to that. Like, there's a lot of really good shortcuts and stuff in the grand race that you're just not going to be able to hit quite as consistent. Or you're going to have to be off throttle to not spin the car out sideways. So just be aware of that going in, you guys. The all-wheel drive cars are a little more dominant in that sector of the track, or the tracks in the Grand Race. I don't mind the Noble. It's got a little body roll with the way we've got it set up, so as you go to turn in, it's going to compress the springs, and then once they're fully compressed, you get the maximum steering angle that you're going to get out of the car, and that is something to be aware of. It has a tendency to kind of, like, once it's set, want to stay there, and so I found myself in corners needing to counter steer out of them to get the car to turn the way I needed it to, and that was kind of unique, but overall it's not bad. When I did the other videos for the Hypercars, I was comparing times to see. My testing with this car has told me that it's right in line with the Revington, what the Revoluto will do if I ever actually put that video out there. And then I was looking at the times that I did in the Bugatti Centradici. The Centradici, I did like a 221 around this track, which is like 10 seconds slower than what that car is capable of. So I'm not sure if I was just like not on one that day or just forgot what a good lap looks like, but overall I need to retest that one. But this car is right in line with those, and as we're coming across the finish line here, you're going to see that that is a 210.8, so plenty fast on the short track. You've just got to learn to control it because it is not as easy to drive as some of the other cars. Alright, we're out here on the highway. Show you what this thing does with some nitrous. Slipstream is the move if you want to see the very highest top speed out of this car, so you're going to have to get a buddy that's kind of also in the same car. Without slip, it'll do about 309, 310, which is still bonkers fast. But the 315, I'll have to get somebody with me and do a little drafting action to show you guys. We'll show you right now. So we kind of saw a flash of 309 there, and that's all it does with nitro. I will try to draft one of the homies and see if I can grab that 315 clip for you, because it is pretty cool. If I'm going to say the car has got 315 miles per hour, I better be able to show it on film, right? So I guess stay tuned for that. But that's what to expect if you're running solo without anyone else. You know, I don't want to set you guys up for failure thinking that the car will do it all by itself. You gotta have slip, you gotta have another man to run it with, or lady. Let me show you what it does in the draft. It's weird, I'm only able to get 313, but I saw 315 when I was with Rhino the other day. That'll work though, 313 something.